Mystery Music Minute. Old Blue Eyes and the Bullet in Dallas. Welcome back to Mystery Music Minute, where melody meets mystery. Tonight's question: did Frank Sinatra, America's golden-voiced crooner, have indirect ties to the most shocking crime in U.S. history? Let's rewind to the early 60s. Frank Sinatra wasn't just the chairman of the board. He was the bridge between Hollywood glitz, mob muscle, and political royalty. He was tight with the Kennedys, even campaigning hard for JFK in 1960. The Rat Pack practically became the unofficial hype crew of Camelot. But here's where the smoke starts to rise. Sinatra's friendship with Sam Giancana, boss of the Chicago outfit, was no secret. Giancana had long-standing grudges with the Kennedys, especially after Attorney General Bobby Kennedy began cracking down on organized crime. Despite the mob's alleged role in swinging key votes for Jack in 1960, and who was the middleman between JFK and Giancana? You guessed it, Frank Sinatra. According to FBI files and later biographers, Sinatra introduced Giancana to JFK through Judith Campbell Exner, a woman romantically linked to both men. Exner later claimed she acted as a messenger, delivering notes between the president and the mobster. Suddenly, Sinatra's life became tangled in a knot of mob favors, political betrayal, and emotional fallout. By 1962, the Kennedy-Sinatra relationship imploded. The Secret Service, wary of Frank's underworld ties, advised the president to cut him off. Sinatra, expecting a presidential visit to his Palm Springs home, built a helipad for JFK. But at the last second, JFK ditched him for Bing Crosby's place. Sinatra flew into a rage, sledgehammering the helipad and burning the bridge to Camelot. Then came November 22, 1963. JFK is gunned down in Dallas. Lee Harvey Oswald is arrested. 2 days later, Jack Ruby, a nightclub owner with ties to the Chicago mob, murders Oswald on live TV. And here's where the fog gets thick. Some theorists suggest Sinatra, bitter over his Kennedy fallout, looked the other way as old friends in the mob made their move. Others say he knew something and was too deep to speak up. Even more outlandish versions claim Sinatra's "my way" swagger was a mask for guilt, that he carried the weight of knowing. His charm may have introduced dangerous men to a too trusting president. Of course, none of this is proven, but isn't that what makes the music mysterious? So next time you hear that velvet voice sing "Strangers in the Night," remember, behind the tuxedo, behind the spotlight, was a man who stood at the crossroads of politics, power, and the underworld, and may have known far more than he ever let on. Until next time, keep your ears sharp and your questions louder. This has been Mystery Music Minute.